And we are back here at the Call of Duty Championship regional qualifiers for the Asia Pacific. Obviously here live in Sydney, Australia. Right now, we do have two teams going face to face in a losers bracket final matchup in Maniac. What's going to happen? What do you feel is going to happen between these guys?
We've got Exile5.T1 up against Integral. Now, we saw Integral, obviously, in their losers bracket round 3 match, take out the NZ team XSIG in a thrilling game 5. Now, those guys had a lot of hype, a lot of energy. They've got their ticket to LA. In fact, both of these teams do. So they've got that hard part out of the way. They're playing for the Bucks now. With all that said, we just saw the guys from Exile5. Look, there's no nice way to say it. They got stomped by the beasts that are Mind Freak. So, you know, surely in a 3-0 fashion like that, it's got to go into your headspace. I think they would have relaxed a little bit knowing they've got their ticket.
Yep.
However, these guys from Integral, I think they've still got something to prove. So I reckon look out for them in this series.
You see the road, how they've got here. Obviously, both teams getting knocked down to the losers bracket round 2 area. Obviously, Avant and Integral went head-to-head with Integral coming out on top in that one. And then IG and Trident going head-to-head with that IG squad coming out on top as well. So it's, sorry, IG, I'm looking down towards the Trident squad as well. But right now here, we see Exile5 and T1 all the way down to the semi-finals, losers bracket final matchup after, like you said, Integral defeating IG in that matchup and still Plantronics Mind Freak awaiting their opponents. And now MF had that safety net as well in that grand final. They can lose back-to-back series and finally lose. They can lose one and bring it back for the second one.
The atmosphere was electric leading into this, and I think it still is. These guys, they've relaxed a little bit, as we've said, but we've still got a fierce competition ahead of us. We're going to be kicking things off with Hardpoint on Solar. X5T1 up against Integral. Bio, take it away.
So we're going to change things over here for this X5 team. Obviously, they're coming off a bit of a rocky start beforehand, so they want to try and regain their control and composure. Off to a good start there as Chileans picks up a double kill, and his teammate Izzy picks up one as well. Quincy, however, does answer back with a couple of kills of his own as they now try and control this first hill down inside the pool.
It's in the pool, Hardpoint. The first one, of course, here on this map, Solar. First Hardpoint, always a hard one to grab. It's always a scramble for those initial kills and control. We're over here with Issei from Team Exile5.T1 as we just jump to Chills here from the same team. He's going to get the kill there on the player, up on top of glass, tries to follow it up with another one. He's going to be dropped by Hoju. We're going to jump back over to Issei, trying to contest for this hill here. 10-4, very early days, of course. And as you can see, not many points on the board because, as we know by it, they're just trying to get this ground here, get those first few points, but this next rotation over to B Street, that's going to be the vital point.
I agree. These guys will, of course, want to try and get as many points as they can during that first one. Now it's going to rotate up and around. You'll see players already setting up on that one as well. Over to Volside, he's already here on B Street, trying to get a bit of control there at that time, gets shut down in that process. Hoju now inside the hard point, getting a few more points for his team and trying to close that gap. Of course, that's 7 points now as it's full 45 seconds on this current hard point before it rotate and around. So still plenty of time to be had and score to be taken. Right now, though, look at this. There's players inside that hard point every single time, but there's always been contention. You've got players coming in from left, right, and centre.
Yeah, you really do. They're all obviously converging on this B Street hardpoint. 8 minutes 20 on the clock, which means there's still about 30 seconds left in this hardpoint. They're trying their best to hold it down. Issei going to work, picking up the big 2-piece there before he's going to be shut down by Hoju. Chill's coming in to clean it up, but Bundo, look, you can't even cast a kill feed. It's going back and forth, red and blue each time. Over with Fate now as he picks up the 2-piece on Valsider, and Quinn's also taking a fall. Issei now going to work on this contested hill. We've finally got at least a little bit of a lead here, and it looks like it's going in favour of X5 as they're going to try and clean up these scrap points.
Yeah, Demi's still inside that hill, getting those last little bit points that he could. Chileans pushes on out. A few players are there waiting for him as he does so. Now, Valsider was inside that hill for a moment. We can hear a lot of comms coming out behind us from both these teams. They both want to make sure that they stay high up and they bring that pain. You're going to, of course, see damage inside that hill with Izzy, who's around there as well. 2 players from IN do try and challenge. It's a 3-man hold right now from the X5 team, and they keep that lead in their favour, just hitting over 50 points.
Yeah, they've done this hard point very well, and as you can see, just going to work on the kill feed. Bundo trying to do his best, changing things up, but he's going to be shut down by Fate. Damage here, still holding down this hard point. Look, he didn't even have to move for a good 10 seconds there. He eventually did take out Quinn's. Valsider also taking a drop from Fate. 7:18, which means about 20 seconds left in this hill. Looks like it's pretty uncontested right now. Exile5 looking very dominant, and as you can see on your mini-map here, the guys from Integral have already given that up. A little bit early, I might say, but look, 15 seconds, they just thought they'll give it up, cut their losses, and go up to this car park hardpoint.
Definitely, like you saw them keep trying to push in there and contest. They weren't even making it through the door to get the contention in play, so they just figured, well, 15 seconds left, these guys are going to just hold that one down. We'll just move away and try and pick up some extra points now in this car park one. More open, more area for these guys to rotate and move around in, and it seems it's more of what they wanted instead of that close quarter stuff that wasn't working in their favour. You look at that scoreline, 86-34, but like that, IN are answering back and getting a good amount of points out of this current hill.
Yeah, they're doing some really nice work here in this car park hardpoint. X5 have now broken it, but as we've discussed many times before, Solar hardpoint, if you've got that car park hardpoint, you lock it down, you're looking at A Street, you're looking at B Street, two big lanes. Look, you're right. Bundo going to work with the Bal here. He did really well. But as I was saying, lock down that A Street, lock down the B Street. You've only got to watch the door into our computers there, and then, I mean, you've got it covered. They did get a lot of points. Exile5, though, just outslaying them and able to break it, and now we're probably going to be seeing them get in charge again. But as I say that, Varside are going to prove me wrong as he cleared it out, but then Fate shuts him down.
Yeah, Fate did come in, and he'll take that last bit of time that he can. That 98 to 44-point game right now. New Hill has just rotated, of course, down here with purple here, or the A-bomb, so something like to say, and right now it's going to be Izzy, who was in there for a moment, comes out to let a smack down on Hoju, goes back in for some more time.
Yeah, he's showing off there his karate skills, making Mama proud. We're going to jump over to Quincy here from Integral, clearing out this hard point, getting some points on the board for his squad. They're about to crack 50, but they are still half the score of the X5T1 squad. Just over 30 seconds left in this hard point. Quince still going to work. He took down damage. There's another player just inside purple here. Gets the Samtex out. Is it going to take anyone? Probably himself. He ended up getting the kill there over on Issei. Your kill feed lighting up for both teams right now. Hoju in position to get some more points on the board for this Integral squad. They're going to work. Bundo rocking that Bal, making it work for him. 20 for 16 right now. He's on a 3-point streak. He's still feeling on fire. As I say that, we're going to jump. Actually, we're still on board with Bundo. He's looking out towards the player at the tanks, and he did get the assist before jumping down.
To see right now, of course, Izzo was inside there trying to hold down and push out a little bit in regards to that hill. Tries to hit those nades, but they're just not going where he wanted them to. They kept bouncing back down on the ground. He's just aiming a bit too high in that regards. Of course, the New Hill now rotating as well. Chileans inside there, back in the center. I think we should go for listening with this T1 squad because I can hear their comms from behind me. They're going off right now. So let's see what these guys are saying just to keep this lead in their favor.
He's on the other side of the silo here.
He's in the hill, dead.
Hey,
blue! Another one!
Wait, blue again!
One's on hill!
Nice, Hayden, man. Let's fucking go, bro.
I am flanking top. Get that.
Hey, blue him.
Who's you dead? I got dark.
Hey, glass is clean,
Wait, connection, baby, connection.
Dark, oh my god.
Connector! Another one. Hey, Hey, get top. Good shit on the top. Hold
He's on me.
Alright, you can push it, Jake.
Watch your far side in the hill. Far side in dark. Watch your dark, boys. Watch your dark. I'll get
Hey,
dark.
one more on hill. I'm nading on.
They're not pushing dark. They're not pushing dark.
He got me on hill. Nice, Hayden.
Hey, he's tagged. Hey, back down. He got top.
One's in the hill
Hey,
with me.
I got top.
One's on plat, going mid.
Nice, free down. Watch your glass, boys.
Get on that.
Glass, boys.
Nice. Glass. Pipe.
Hoju's catwalk.
What are you doing?
Great communication from this T1 squad, as to be expected from such a high-tier team. They are, of course, in the top 3, bare minimum. Now that we've listened to them, I want to jump over to this Integral squad, currently 50 points behind, and see what they're doing to come back.
There's 2 to 3 F1. 3 F1.
That's what. There are 3 on the hill.
One shot chillers.
Going in.
Front window. Nice.
That's it.
He tagged F1.
Pushing through now.
I got mid.
On hill, Fate.
I'm going S3. I'm starting back service. 20.
I'm spawning out, coming S3.
I'm pushing doubles.
Cat.
Hop over. Down.
Dead. Nice. I'm pushing Nudge.
Okay, top nodule and behind the van. Top notch. You jump down. Let's work together, let's go. Push now. Push.
Go.
Out. 45. Go.
Tiny
Behind him, he flanked.
doubles.
Nice.
Break.
Big kills.
Turn now. Above you. I spawned service.
Nice kills, Hoju.
I spawned service, guys.
Single.
I'm punching dust now.
I spawned off.
Now.
One shot on the hill.
Tiny.
No. Tiny and doubles.
Double on there, doubles.
Tiny push the singles, Chileans.
Yep. I spawned catwalk stairs. I'm going around.
I'm pushing.
I stunned it.
Hop over, hop over, hop
Yeah,
over.
single.
After a nice listen in there with that IN team, the X5 guys are still in that lead almost by 80 points. Let's say that they do hit the 80 mark. 2 minutes still on the clock here to play out. So these guys can still achieve that 2 minutes 50 that they want to achieve, obviously, in regards to hill time. But I still see that, you know, IN, it's struggle street, but it's still mathematically possible for them to answer back.
Yeah, well, they really needed to set up for this car park hardpoint. It looks like they haven't done it as well as they wanted to. Damage is going to work with the bow, and he cleans that out completely, taking out Vileside as well. Now you're seeing these guys are spawning on B Street. That is a really good spawn, though, for these Integral guys. They need literally every point right now that they can get if they want to stay in it, but Fate is shutting this down quick, smart, and he's still getting shots out with that SMG. No, he got heavy tags, but wasn't able to finish up there. We've got Chills now. He is going to work. We're going to follow him going up B Street. There is a couple of players that are going to be ahead of him. He's chasing that down into the car park hardpoint, 195 to 112. And Bio, at this stage, it is impossible for the guys from Integral to come back. And to be honest, it was very close for the first hardpoint or second hardpoint even. But as soon as they got down to that factory hardpoint, it was all X5. And from there, Integral just couldn't come back.
Oh, I agree. They didn't even break that factory hardpoint once. They didn't even contest it. They had players trying to push in the doorways, but they're just getting held out the whole time. We'll change back over to that IN team just to show exactly what's happening here. They're getting the scrap time, but they're not set up for the next hill. That's sort of where it's falling short for them. That X5 team are set up for the next one majority of the time. You know, while IN during first rotation from car park to inside purple, they did an okay job and they had a bit of points out of that one. It just seems to be a bit too much, and like you said, during that first factory side of things, it just really showed what was going to happen there. So 30 seconds left. The 250 mark cannot be achieved now, but obviously the time will run out and the team will be crowned in regards to winners for this first match, and it will be that X5 guys. But still, it's good to see, as we've always said, IN still staying alive. They're still putting the shots out there, trying to get the points, and you know, just keep their hopes up there when it comes into the next game.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting how they go into the next game. Of course, we're going to have Riot S&D up next. Seeing how both of these guys play is going to be interesting. I would actually say Integral, the stronger S&D players at the moment, but it's going to be interesting what their headspace is like after losing by this amount. We've got 218 to 130 something. It was pretty convincing, 218 to 136. So that's a good start for the X5 squad. I didn't really expect it to be that much of a difference in scores between these two teams. Maybe Integral might have been celebrating a little too hard after getting that third ticket over to LA, but you know what? It could always come back.
In their mindset, $2,000 is still a victory for them in that LA ticket, so they're like, well, let's not try to reach too much. Obviously, you might get burned if you try and reach too high, but
of course,
these guys, you're seeing that kill feeds there in regards to the overall score. 2 40 bombs. It's going to be 41 and 31 for Fate. Chillian's on 43 and 37 as well. 29-27 for Issei, and then Damage on 37 and 26 as well. So, like, big numbers across the board there. Again, yeah. Vileside, it's got to be mentioned. He's just he's all over the place.
I don't want to focus on it. It still has to be mentioned. When the rest of your team are dropping 30 bombs, nearly 40 for a couple of them, Vileside is back on 13 with a .34 KD. I don't know, man. He has his ups and downs. I mean, quite literally here with scores like that. But look at this. We're going to be checking out our, obviously our feed here. 67% favour Integral for the win, which is really interesting after that next game. The vibe here in the crowd is quite intense. I really wish there's like these people at home that are watching this, if they could be here, I'm sure they'd love it. But make sure you're tweeting at us, of course, at ACL Pro with LBF.T1. If you think Exile5.T1 are going to take it. Otherwise, LBF Integral, if you think they're going to take this series, let us know. And also make sure you follow that handle at Call of Duty _ANZ.
You can also tweet in at Call of Duty _ANZ and at ACL Pro with the hashtag CoD Champs. And if you're lucky enough, make your tweet entertaining and original, and it may perhaps show up on stream as well. And let us know what team you're supporting here. Obviously, there have been 3 teams that qualified already, as we mentioned. Mindfreak who are away in the grand final for the winner of this match, and these 2 teams themselves, T1 and also IN. So these guys, it's one of those mindsets where it does play. And we spoke to both the teams last year, for example, after they qualified. That weight was lifted, but still, they wanted that victory. They wanted the win. They wanted to make sure that they could be that title added to their name. That's
the thing. We always mention at the moment prize money, which, it's always nice. It's not always cheap for these gamers to get around to events and all the equipment they need. Definitely. But, really it's about the pride, the glory, the bragging rights. There's a big difference for a team to say that, yeah, we came third. We're going to LA, which is great, but we came third versus we came first or second. We beat you guys and we'll probably try and do it again, you know what I mean? And that's really important to carry that. And obviously, you know, they're all stoked that they're going to World Champs. They're part of the top 32 teams in the world right now. They should be really proud of themselves, and like we're all pumped for them. But yeah, it's really coming down to these bragging rights right now. I just want to point out the poll here, 50-50 right now. 50-50. Could really go either way. We're going to be heading into S&D on Riot. One of my favorite maps for S&D, to be honest. Don't really like it for too much else, but I mean, Hoju, we're going to be kicking things off with him.
As we were on board with Hoju there, a second goal, change back over to him again. Volstar, of course, designated bomb carrier, it would seem, for this S&D side here on Riot as they try to watch their mid-cuts. CoD vision is enabled as well. So we'll see any player that try and make the challenge out. And this is what I want to see from any S&D teams. Quickly get the bomb down, set up your defense, and hold down the bomb side.
Yeah, you haven't seen many teams go that fast today, which has been pretty impressive. Volstar was unfortunately shut down, but Quins is going to equal things out for these guys. I could have swore that was on. I don't know how he missed that, but he's going to be trying to follow it up here, missing a few shots. Old Quincy, he's got that thermal scope. There are a couple of players up top.
Tags.
He then finally gets a tag, but he's going to be ripped off from that kill, and then under a lot of pressure, he's going to be taken down. So that was all players for that team taken down, and we're going to be seeing the guys from T1 take out this first round.
It was interesting just then in regards to their design for that, trying to get the defusal. You know, they both stayed right at the top of that rooftop, even though they knew where he was with a sniper rifle. One could have ducked down easily and just tried to get a sneaky defusing, while the other one just put some pot shots there, trying to keep him at bay. And then if you get the kill, or just keep him away while your teammate defuse that bomb. But it still worked out for them. That's what they wanted to really achieve. And they're 1-0 up here in the S&D.
It worked out for them. They played that very confidently. You know, IN did their best to go in with that really aggressive push onto that A bomb. You know, it was really impressive in the speed that they got it down, but just too easy for T1 to shut it down. Now that the situations are reversed, you see X5 taking a little bit slower approach, but it looks like they're still going to be quite aggressive. You see Chills and Hoju both taking a fall at the beginning of this. He got the tags on Issei there. Nice work. He's going to be looking into fire very briefly and then just hiding in this corner. This is a corner that you always need to check no matter what side you're on, attack or defense. It's a really good spot, especially when attacking A. You can see on your mini-map here, you've got 3 players from IN. They're all just inside the building here. Need to watch it just below the glass there. He's going to look into fire, obviously watching for that flank. You got one player running through the prison and going through the outside towards that right A street. And Issei, again, he's still got the bomb in hand with damage. He's going to be looking into a prison backing up his teammate. There's going to be one player over on the right. Is he going to spot him? I'm not too sure right yet. He's looking back that way. Yeah, CoD timing indeed, Bio.
It's one of those things that will always be on your mind. And, you know, the last second that you turn away from, you can watch a corner for 5 minutes. And then once you turn away, some player's going to show up. But Bundo now in a 1v2. He sees one down there. They're both seeing each other. They know that he's there. And he's just done a nice little fake then. He went in, out, in, then ran across and headed back to A. But Bundo's aware of this. He's realised, I thought he was. I thought he was going to hightail it over towards the A side of things, but he thinks they're still there at B. That bomb will go down here in a moment. It should be able to get it planted in time, and it'll be Bundo have to go on the offense here in the 1v2.
Yeah, he was looking. He did get duked. I think he was waiting for the double duke, though, for him to cross back over. Wasn't going to happen. It ended up being a really nice rotation from the guys from Exile5.T1. He's going to be pushing straight through here, looking down the stairs. There's going to be one player over on the left. Fire going out from the player over on the inside the prison, I dare say. That would be Bundo making a move out there. There's a player just to the left. Is he going to check it? Looks like he's not going to. And unfortunately, that little error is going to cost him a round. It would have been very difficult in a 1v2 scenario, especially against these players, but wasn't meant to be.
It wasn't meant to be, and you can hear the guys there. What do you think you're doing, brother? As he decides to try and sneak in with that defusal there, but obviously still aware that what was happening. To 2-0 right now for the X5 guys.
How did I know when you said it was that comment? It was Issei. Went to the kill cam. It was Issei.
It may have been the brother.
It may have been the brother. All right. On the attack now, we're going to be having the Integral squad. Let's jump over to them and see what they're going to do. Following Bundo, he's going to be running point going into the prison here. He's got the scope in hand. There was a player just below. If he actually went into his zoom, he might have spotted him. He is rocking the variable zoom mores. Yeah, I don't know if that player is going to be popping back out again. The bomb carrier, Hoju, is going to be pushing a little bit more forward towards this B bomb. We just saw Bundo being dropped by Chills here. And now the ASM-1 gone to work for Hoju. Issei getting another kill on Vilesider as well by a very active round here.
It was. Hoju was in a 1v4 just then. He did pick up one kill, making it that 1v3, but couldn't pick up any extra kills afterwards. You'll see here, Damage just strafing backwards, enjoying the view, and picks up the kill there on him to grab that round. And, you know, X5 sort of doing what Mindfreak did to them up against IN here. You know, it was a convincing hard-point game. Now it's looking more like a convincing S&D game as well. Obviously, it's still too early to tell. You know, 3 rounds have only been the ones that have gone here. So these guys from IN are very capable of answering back for a few rounds of their own. But if X5 get one more, I'm thinking it might be a little bit harder, and their mindsets just might be a little bit too gone for this IN team at this point in time. Like, is A again with this bomb? These guys do tend to favour A on that side of things. They can pick up one kill. They will try and get their one down afterwards. And again, you see that standard defense side of things. Volside this time picks up Chileans.
It was Integral we saw in an earlier series that were down 3-0, and they were able to come back and win 6-4, I do believe. So it's going to be an interesting position to see if this is going to be the same with up against a squad like T1. But given what's happening right now, what we're seeing, the way they're playing, we're not seeing these guys play as good as they used to. I just want to point out, though, Bio, Damage, who we're on board with right now, 7-0. That's 7-point streak. That is huge. It
is indeed. Interesting. It's S&D up against a team like IN. This sort of level of playing that these guys are playing at right now. And you'll see just then, he might be making number 8 just then he does, but a headshot on Queens, who took at his teammate during that bomb, was trying to get the plant down, it would seem. So Volside now to 1v2. Damage comes on in. Almost a turnaround there, but I think that his teammate did pick up the kill on Volside afterwards just as he got dropped. And just like that, that T1 squad gets a 4-0 lead here in this S&D. They're 2 rounds away from making the series score 2-0. And then, of course, 1 game away from going back to that grand final to give another go at the Mindfreak squad.
If this is a clean sweep, I'm confident in saying this series is over, because I don't know how you'd be able to come back from that, even Integral. I think as long as they've got their spot, they're just so happy. And I mean, why wouldn't you be?
Oh, exactly.
Why wouldn't you be? I'm just disappointed that Damage finally got taken down, to be honest. I was hoping he'd be able to go through untouched. With that said, we're going to get back into the action. We've got Vilesider from Integral. He's going to be making a push with the bomb. He's heading down A Street. He does have backup. You've got players looking all through A Street. There's a scope being rocked as well. We're going to jump over to Bundo here, captain of Integral. He does rock that Moore's variable again. And obviously he's got the ASM-1 in his back pocket just as a backup. There's going to be a player out the back of the prison. You need to watch that. 2 of the players from X5 are over watching B Street. So it would have been a good time to make a move, but look at this. Bundo knows better. He's going to try and get that kill. Don't know how that was a miss again, but he's just hitting the air conditioner right there, and he's going to try and get the kill.
He's still missing that shot. You know, he's got to give up and try and figure out what he can do instead. But just like that, he gets picked up by Fate in the background. And again, Hoju in that same situation at the back by himself, trying to take on too much at once. And 5-0 the current scoreline right now. 1 round away here for this T1 team to make the series score 2-0. And what confidence they would have if they managed to get a 6-0 right now in this S&D.
They would have amazing confidence right now, what could potentially be the final round. I was just thinking, though, getting into Bundo's head, I know exactly what he's thinking. I got this. I got this. No, he got shut down. So we're going to be jumping into these guys, X5. 5-0 in this S&D. They're 1-0 in the series, trying to make it 2-0. It looks like it's going that way. They only need to win this last attacking round, and the GB nade onto Quinns is certainly going to help that. A couple of players on the flank here. Kills left and right here, as we've seen. It did light up blue for a second. We've got a 2v2 scenario. As I say, that shots are out from Fate, from the T1 squad. He didn't connect with any. Just having a quick look at the mini-map now. We're going to be seeing these guys just playing it a little bit slower now, especially these Integral guys. You can see these guys are the blue dots on your screen right now. One is pushing in behind Fate. We see one just get dropped, Bundo. Now it's going to be all up to Vilesider. He came clutch when he needed to before. Can he do it again, Bio? That's the question right now.
Well, he's doing it right at the moment. He's 4-5, top scorer for his team with that 1 kill in here in this round. He wants to get some more. He does not see the player up to his right just then. And just like that, he gets his back turned around, and 6-0 the scoreline becomes, with a clean sweep in regards to the S&D here on Riot to that Exile5.T1 team. And looking at the scores, you know, they did put some numbers up there, especially Volside, who turned his game around after that hard point, but not enough for the team, not enough to push it across the line there. And this X5 team, even though they did get 3-0 in that winners bracket final, it's not showing one bit right now in this match.
How do you think it's going to affect Integral? Do you think they're just going to go into, what have we got next? We've got a CTF on Ascend.
I feel that they're still going to obviously give it a go, but I think at the half, if they don't see any promise, it's sort of going to be the dire straits for them, and that might be game, set, match.
I'm probably, I'm on the same page as you, really. Just having a look at our scores here, you know, 0.67, 0.5, 0.5, and 0.3 to Integral. KD's not too nice there. They only managed to get that 1 plant down. Same could be said, though, for the guys from X5, so obviously these guys just, they're looking very, very strong there. As you can tell, damage went huge, 8 and 2, 6 kills and 7 kills, respectively to SA and Fate as well. just outplayed them, really.
A 5-minute 46 S&D game.
That was quick.
It was indeed, and sort of these guys are just, that's how quickly they want to end this series. They want to get back into that grand final. They want another shot at that $6,000 prize pool in regards to first, obviously $15,000 overall. And, you know, tipping, still in favour of T1 here, but people aren't counting Integral out yet. They're still making sure that these guys are staying alive. Obviously, you can join that vote for yourself. Tweet at ACL Pro with one of those key words. It is LBF-T1 or LBF Integral. Obviously, after, and that's all you want in that tweet, otherwise it will not count. So just make sure you keep it with it. At ACL Pro and one of those keywords as these guys get set up and ready for this next one. As you said, it is going to be that CTF on Ascend. You know, I'm thinking, like I said, that halfway mark, we'll sort of see and decide what's going to happen for this Integral squad. If they don't get at least, you know, a cap or two in the lead, I think their mindset will be like, it's pretty much us done, guys.
Yeah, that's done. Let's go get some beers. We're done for the evening. But they have a reputation to uphold. They're now a champs team. They're a champs team. They really want to push it home that they've made it. You know, we saw Bundo and the rest of their guys make a big deal out of it, which you would, obviously. Yeah. But just to say that it's taken them years to get here, it's a goal of theirs. They've always wanted to do it. It's a dream for these guys. A dream comes true. So, you know, they want to prove why they're here. So the series is not over yet. It is a 2-0 advantage to Exile5.T1. Now let's just see what these Integral guys can do.
So here with Chileans now to kick things off in this game. Number 3, CTF on Ascend, as we said. Quincy picks up Chileans there in the background. As is now, these guys are going to try and push up and around and just try and control the middle part of this map before they make too much of a call in regards to trying to pull a flag early enough, you know, because you can make so many mistakes. If you try and get in there too early and grab that flag out, you're leaving your base open pretty much, and players can easily do a counter cap on you.
Yeah, they can indeed. I'm just having a look here. A few players spawning down in the bottom right, just outside of, in front of the containers there. That's the squad of Integral. They're making a big push up the map. There is one player right up the top right-hand side, but that was going to be shut down by Chills, who we're on board with now. And he did get the heavy tags out, but he was going to be shut down there. Now over with Fate from the X5T1 squad, as well as 3 players from Integral are down. He's going to be pushing in here over on this left side of the container. He's looking for the spawners here. He's going to find a couple, one on top of the containers. That was a lot of tags right there, Bio, and he did not get that kill.
Oh, there was, but he has teammates, and in comes a big one as it shuts down. Damage was trying to push down to that flag. He was trying to cover his teammate, Ize pushing the containers, but he does get cleaned up straight away, and that flag will get returned. Chileans was here to help out, but came a little bit too late, and like I said, they did it a bit too early, I feel, and it allowed Hoju to sneak on in and grab a flag and go for a run.
Yeah, let's see if he can do his running past the elevator now. He has backup from all of his squad right now. We're just going to have a look at the minimap. There's a couple of players over on the container. He needs to really rely on his teammates right now to get this in. Nice. It was a bit of a risky play going on top of the container, but it was fine. He made it through, got that cap, so now your score is 1-0 to Integral. As
you'll see here, Hoju still alive, hasn't been picked up and cleaned up after that last little flag run. He decides to chill back here for a moment and just keep an eye on where these X5 guys are going to be coming in from. Obviously, any part of the map they can push from, they will be, and they're going to try and do it in the same momentum and same time with their teammates to close it on this flag and perhaps even go for a run. Oh, there's Chili's with a nade. Fate will come in for a kill as well and go for a flag run. Now, if he can just get his teammates to help him out here as well, they're looking all right. There's a handoff pretty much in the flag regards. 3 players getting dropped. Chileans damaging Ize all picking up a kill each. While Chileans goes with that flag. He should be able to get this one in quickly to the map. He's got a player escorting behind, so they're good to tie it up 1-1.
That was great teamwork from the X5 squad to be able to run that. As you saw, he was basically just guided in the whole way there, able to even things up, as you did mention. Chills just got dropped there by Valsoda. We're going to take a look at damage now. He's rocking that bow, the AR on this map, and it's going to work for him by taking down Bundo. Hoju was going to take him down in some swift response and revenge for his team there. Now with Valsoda from Integral, he does get the tags out, decides to waste a nade, just shooting it off the side of the map there. Tries to get some wild shots up there. A little bit scrambly there for old Valsoda. He is going 9-2 though in this game, though I might add, Bio. So he's a bit of a comeback from previous games.
He is, but right now they're going to worry about more important things like Chileans with that flag. He has an escort going on as well. There's a few players around here waiting up on the top of that catwalk. The kills will go out and the trade-off will happen. Ize now, flag in hands, he tries to push out towards his own base. He knows there's a few players around. He might be able to get this one in. Hard down with that stomp, and in they go for a 2-1 lead as we head towards the second quarter of this one, of course. 1:45 now on the clock. Ize, he loves that. He loves asking people what they're doing around the map when they're in his area and in his road. He'll make sure they're aware of it when he gets the kill.
If you saw, when he got that flag in, there were actually a lot of red arrows around them at the time, but I just saw them very promptly disappearing. The teamwork from these guys and the communication has been great. We just saw a pull there again from Fate trying to run it past that elevator area. Chileans is going to try and keep it alive. going for the run through Maze here, looking to his left, checking his flank, and as you saw, the teammate peeled off because they knew there was one other player up in the top right on the flag. Great communication, great work. That was such an easy cap for them. Integral really need to pull it together right now if they want to stay in this game and this series.
Agreed, 100% right there. Of course, you do see now damage on a 4-kill streak here. Quincy does have flag in hand. He's going to try and go for a bit of a run, but shut down straight away, as will 2 other players. Izzy right now, he's still alive, and he's going to try and get that flag out in the way if he could, but he gets shut down by Volsider with a clean little headshot there. As now Chilean's here on our screens. He's down the other end. He wants to go for a bit of a flag run, but Fate decides to do it for him instead. He's questioning here though, because he thought Chilean's had that kill. If he had gotten it, Fate would have headed up obviously that right-hand side, push through Maze and try to get a cap in. Decides to push left instead. And looking all right here, he's got the escort of his team. He's keeping these guys guessing as well. Smart play. He had the left path he could have went with. One player waiting for him here though. Was it enough to juke him? It was. And there's a 4-1 lead.
That was so easy. I was pointing it out on the screen. There's a player waiting in their base. Fate, a few bullets, nothing. It's got nothing. Get off me. And he did cap that very easily. So 4-1. It might stay like this until the half. We'll just see here. Last 10 seconds of this game. Issei is still going to drive it home with a few more kills here. And damage was being dropped in the background. Gone 13 for 9, 14 for 7 to Issei. Chills here. He's driving it home, quite literally, I think. And we're going to be seeing our score at the half here. It was really nice work by these guys. 4 points to 1.
I saw Chileans earlier during one of their matches, and they won. And he was so angry and serious, and now he's got a big smile on his face. That's what you want to see. Yeah,
you love it, right? You love it. Now, of course, these guys, as we said, pride, glory, but they're also playing for prize money. The difference between second and third here today is $1,000. So quite a hefty amount, for these guys. So just one factor to think of as these guys are playing. It keeps the pressure on, keeps them on their toes, and I think X5 are feeling it right now, and they also want that second place guaranteed as a minimum. They still go ahead, if they do go ahead, to face Mindfreak in the final in this continuation series, though.
Yeah, of course. Mindfreak, like we said before, had that safety net, but it's not over yet. There's still another 4.5 minutes to go, and Quincy's off to an... Curse of the Caster comes into fruition, it would seem. As soon as they jump on not poor old Quincy, he gets picked up once again. And now Quincy 9-16, not the strongest of players. The Volsider is going to give it a go, and I'll stick with him. I won't change off him. That might curse him if I do that. But right now, you've got his teammates trying to help him out with this run here. Minimap, we do see it. One player just chilling back there. He does get cleaned up. It's going to be Chileans now on this offense, trying to get that kill. He does get the kill. He gets picked up, though, afterwards. So Quincy should be able to grab this flag and put it in for his team here in a moment. There it is there, 4-2 on the scoreline now. Minute gone here in the second half.
Yeah, that was a big play by Chileans. Unfortunately, none of his teammates were around to follow it up. We're seeing the kill feed light up blue there for a moment as X5 were picking up all of the kills, and of course they're going to be taking advantage of it. Issei here rocking that ASM1. They're pretty much, while you've got it up by, we might as well talk about it. They're basically your usual attachments we see from most of these pros running the ASM1. Yeah. Still going for a run here. I saw Bundo just picking up the 2-piece here with Quince from Integral, jumping over back to Quince from Integral. He's going 12 for 18, not too good at the moment, but I mean, he's not too far off the rest of his squad. Bundo and Vileside are both running positive right now. Hoju a little bit behind. Quince trying to catch up though with the big 2-piece on Fate, and Chilean damage is going to be shutting him down finally over with Vilesider from Integral. He's one of the couple of players on this squad going positive. 4 for 2 is our score here in the CTF on Ascent. Bit over 3 minutes left. Not impossible for these guys to come back by any stretch, but they really need those coordinated pushes.
Well, they do, and you'll see now Bundo, he's going in all right in regards to what you were saying on his kill KDF ratio. We do see Hoju, though, struggling a little bit right now, 11 and 19, so if he can pick up a few more kills for his team and they're set up, there's got a 3-down distance. This is the chance they sort of had, as Bundo tries to push on in and capitalise on another kill off the respawn. He sees them pushing and coming on out. They're going to come on that left-hand side. He knows that they're there. He knows that one player wants to challenge him. There's some shots. He gets picked up there by Izzy, who ended up taking him down. They've got to watch out here for a counter run, because these X5 guys could have pushed up half that map by now and perhaps gone for a bit of a run. Oh, both players go for a hit. Quincy comes out on top, though, in that exchange. Clearly the stronger man out of the two.
When Bundo was in their base, they got the luckiest spawn. They were just on the south side of the circle there. All they had to do was run straight out. Bundo was still able to pick up 1 or 2 of them, though, and it was just that third player that was able to shut him down. That was really what Integral needed. They really needed to get that flag, but as I said, it was shut down. Kind of unfortunate with just over 2 minutes left. With that said, we've seen many more than 2 caps in the space of 2 minutes, so they could still do it. But when you've got guys like Chileans, Fate going to work, Hoju taking a fall as well, I mean, it's going to be pretty hard. And when you see over here on in your scoreboard, you see a lot of skulls next to this Integral squad. I don't know, mate.
Yeah, it's obviously a struggle street for them at the moment. You know, Bondo, like we have said, he is going positive. Volsider was going positive beforehand. He's fallen down to those negatives now, -2. And just over the side of things for that Exile5 team, you know, they're not in regards to massive amount of KDs in, you know, the kills, but they are still very much alive up and in there. They've got one person going minus, and that is Chileans, but I think he's got at least 3 of those caps out of the 4 for their team. So, like, he's doing a lot of that objective work, and just as I say that, he just picks up another kill, gets taken down afterwards. So, minute 20 on that clock. Volsider now pulls the flag, tries to go for a run out to his left-hand side. It is an easy route to go through. He's got to watch out for your cuts, because there are plenty of them, left and right, and of course behind and above. He's going to make this way all the way through. Look at that mini-map right now. No one really there. There is one player, behind him, trying to bound below. You will see him try and stop this. He's also goes to the stomp, trying to predict where a player would be. No one there waiting for him, and he will try and go for the juke.
Yeah, he needs to really watch himself. Of course, you do see the flag taken out by Chilean in return, and Chilean just the better shot just there. Both flags were out there for a second, though. Bios, excuse me, very close there. 50 seconds left in the map. Flag still on the run for Quince, and he was, excuse me, again, able to score that there. 4 points to 3 now, 40 seconds left. It's not impossible. Let's try and make it work. But look at the positioning here. No one in a spot to make it work. They do have the circle spawn, though. This Integral squad, they need to go straight for this flag, and they do have a chance of tying things up, but it's right now that they need to go to work. But as you can see, the kill feed lighten up blue, and they are all down.
Yeah, you'll notice they've got 2 players now down the opposite side of the map, right next to this flag, waiting to grab it, waiting to pull it, and waiting to go for a run here, or they're just going to chill back for a moment. We're seeing 3 players there now. There's the flag being pulled by Isgato. He just jumps in like Superman, grabs the flag and flies out of there at the same time. Quizzy will grab that flag and go for a run. It's 8 seconds left. They can do this. They just need to get a flag return done at the same time, though. There's one putting down. That's going to be in, and that is going to allow now the team of Exile5.T1 to head back into the grand final after defeating the team of Integral Nations 3-0 in the losers bracket final.
That was a pretty amazing series. Very one-sided, it's got to be said. It just shows the difference between both of these teams. You know, I mean, if you put them in a situation where the guys from Integral weren't already qualified, I think the series might have gone a little bit differently. The fact that they've all qualified, that was the stress for these guys. They wanted to make it to LA, they wanted to make a chance, they want to be on the world stage. Now that that stress is gone, they're pretty much happy with what they got. Yeah, it's $1,000, and yeah, they didn't get through to the grand final. They've got what they've come here for, and I mean, the Bill Wall hype train is still out there, and congratulations to those guys for getting that 3rd place.
Of course, with the place that we're taking home $2,000 as well as that title of 3rd place, and like you said, a ticket over to LA, all expenses paid to compete among the top 32 teams in the world. So these guys, obviously, you know, there's a lot. The road is not finished just yet. There's a lot of practice they have to go with. Of course, they'll be scrimming teams like T1 now. They'll be scrimming teams like Mindfreak. And again, they'll probably be like teaching each other and trying to like trade any little secrets they might know to help each other achieve better. Because it's not about, you know, them beating each other when it comes over there. It's about them representing Australia, representing our region, and showing the world what we're really made of.
And I'm sure they're going to do that. They're going to represent Australia proud. All 3 of these teams, Mindfreak, T1, and of course, Integral, who were just, of course, eliminated from our competition. Up next, though, Bio, we're going to be having our grand final, a continuation series of Mindfreak against Exile5.T1 here at the Call of Duty Championship Asia Pacific Regional Final presented by Xbox. We'll be right back after this break.